morning, learners, and welcome you to today's edition of Basic Science. It's me, Mrs. Winifred, your Basic Science teacher. So before we go to our today's topic, let's take a rerun of the correction on the assignment we had in our last class. In our last class, we were given 10 questions to answer, but some of us were unable to answer before the time was up. So we have the correction right here. The first question says, what is the formula for calculating gravitational force? It's simply mgh. M is the mass, G is the gravity, and H is the height. And we are told to mention the two types of force. Two types of force are contact and non-contact force. And number 3 was, what is magnetic force? Magnetic force simply can be defined as a force that exists around a magnet. A magnetic force either repel or it attracts. Repel means they are separated, attract means they are together. And the two poles of a magnet are north and south poles. And number 5, we are asked to calculate the gravitational force. Here we are giving mass as 60, we are giving height as 15, and the gravity as 10. By the time we multiply together, we have 9,000 Newton, capital letter N, to note the unit of force. And the number 6 says, friction is a type of dash force. It is contact force because there is contact between the two bodies. And we are asked to mention two effects of friction. It produces heat and it causes change. It causes change in temperature and produces heat. And number 8, we are asked to define force speed. Force speed is defined as the area where the effect of the force is felt. And we have to mention two activities that shows friction. Rubbing of our palm is a good example. Then sliding against the table is another good example. And number 10, we are asked to write out the unit of force. The unit of force is Newton. You know, I told you force was named after a scientist, Isaac Newton. And the unit is Newton, which has symbol capital letter N. So thank you very much. That is that for the assignment. So let's go over to our today's topic. Today we are looking at friction. We looked at friction last week. We talked about the definition and we looked at the effect. How did we define friction? We said it's a type of contact force that causes opposition in motion. It stops an object from moving, and also it can also make a static object to move. And we look at two types of friction, the dynamic friction and the static friction. And we also look at the effects of friction and example of activities, which we mention something that shows friction. So today we want to look at the various ways by which we can reduce friction. Friction can be reduced in different ways. Number 1, by replacing the sliding friction with rolling element frictions, such as using a roller element or a ball bearing. By the time we do that, the friction will be reduced. And we can also reduce friction by making the rough surface to be smooth. When the surface is smooth, movement will be easy. We can also reduce friction by applying lubricants like grease, engine oil, and so on the surface area. And another way of reducing friction is by polishing the surface area. Friction can also be reduced by streamlining the object. That means giving it another shape, reshaping it. So let's look at some of the advantages of friction. We have talked about the effect. We have seen some of the effects, that it can stop motion and it can also reduce the speed. But let's look at some of the advantages of friction. Some of the advantages of friction is that it helps objects to stop moving. So the object is moving at a very high speed. When friction occurs, there is a stop. Then let's look at number 2. Most of the times you see that there is accident on the road. Why? Because sometimes the brake refuses to respond when it is being applied. But with the help of friction, accident is being reduced because when the brake is applied, it stops the car from moving. And it also gives us good grip of our pen, therefore making our writing to be easy. Friction also helps us to sharpen our knives and cutlasses. We have seen people using file, all this sharpening machine. And our machines work effectively with the help of friction, like in the case of using grindstone in grinding and also in using grinding machine. And friction also helps us to climb ladder easily without falling, because there is a contact between you and the ladder. So with this, we have come to the end of today's lesson. After listening, you can send your questions if you have any. Please endeavor to take down the notes that will be given to you. Take down the notes and read it over it. Remember to stay safe. Remember to always go by the guidelines of the COVID-19. Wash your hand at all time, or you use an alcohol-based sanitizer, and ensure that you do not touch your eyes, do not touch your nose or your mouth, and do not forget to cough at your bed elbow. Thank you very much.